Hey, I'm Caleb.
And I'm Georgia from Broods.
And you're live in Limbo.
And I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe my ears. I couldn't believe my luck.
Hi, it's Maryam, and I'm with Live in Limbo in the heart of Toronto with Georgia and Caleb from Broods. So how are you guys doing today?
Very good.
Very good.
Nice. And your trip, as you said, was really short, not long.
Very, very fleeting visit. But
Yeah.
very busy, fleeting visit.
Indeed.
Are you guys liking the weather? Like, is the weather cool?
Oh, was it?
Very warm. It's
Yeah.
Not
way
expecting
like
this.
way warmer than LA.
Yeah,
LA's still like pretty cold, so
really. Oh, cool.
just not ready for this.
True. So you guys just finished touring with Ellie Goulding. How was that?
It was really cool. It was definitely like playing arenas is not our usual. So
That was a good learning experience as well, for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Are you guys were you guys big fans of her before and such?
yeah, I've been listening to her stuff since she like released Starry Eyed way back when I was like in high school. So the fact
Nice.
that we've done support for her is it's pretty crazy.
Right? Yeah, that's so true. And working with like Tove Lo as well, touring with her, and like you just guys put out a song with Troye Sivan, Ease and stuff. What was that like working with bigger artists and stuff? And like, is it do you guys get self-conscious or like is it easier or like what's it like?
I don't think when you're in a studio situation, I don't think it's either like a bigger artist and a smaller artist. I think it's just artists
Right.
together, you know, and I don't think there's any reason to be like self-conscious or anything like that.
Yeah, you don't really get into a collaboration with anybody you don't like
Yeah, that's true.
No.
respect. So like when you go and work with another artist, you already know that they are keen to work with you. Otherwise, they wouldn't have turned up. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you guys just released another single called "Couldn't Believe." So how was that? Like choosing the single for the next single from your newest album, and like, do you guys choose them or like do they just come out?
Yeah, I think we picked Couldn't Believe just because it's quite a contrasting song to Free, and we wanted to kind of give them a taste of what like the other part of the album's like as well, you know.
Right.
yeah, when they're not all really aggressive, angry songs on the album. There's some really like upbeat, more happy tunes, and Couldn't Believe is probably the most like full on like. There's no other emotion apart from happy in that song, so it's like, it's such a cool song to play live. So
Is there a theme that goes on in the album, like a recurring theme from like self-discovery with Free and like being ambitious and such and stuff like that? Or is it just you guys write from the heart and just like put it out?
I think there's a bunch of different themes in this one, you know, especially compared to the first album because we wrote it over such a long period of time compared to
Right.
the first one. So
yeah, I guess like when you compare like the first album that was written in about 5 weeks, all the themes are kind of like a similar kind of vibe, and then this record, I think there's like a lot of like, I guess songs to do with mental illness. There's like a couple of songs to do with that, and then there's like a few songs about like being in a long-term relationship, and then there's like songs about like dreams and stuff, and it's like there's
Just like a whole bunch of themes just going on.
yeah,
right?
but I think like I don't think when you've written an album over a year and a half, you can't really, it's almost 2 years, you can't really expect like every song to be about the same sort of thing. Like we go through different emotions and experiences like all the time. So
Was that your biggest obstacle, or was there other obstacles while writing this album, or like were there any milestones when you guys finished the album, or things that you remember that were really like during the recording process and
I don't think
writing?
there was actually really a definite finish to the album because it was like we
we just kept writing.
yeah. Like Conscious, we wrote that 2 days before we were meant to deliver the album, so it was like quickly like we need this on the album, so we had
Yeah, and Are You Home was written in the last couple of days of writing the album.
Oh, right.
So we're just like, well, we just need a little bit more time. We quite like these songs, so we're
Yeah.
gonna put them on.
You might as well.
But it's really hard to just kind of decide when it's finished, because I guess like, yeah, it's like, I guess it's like painting a picture. You kind of don't know where to stop. Like there's always more you could add to it. It's like,
yeah, definitely.
you kind of have to know when it's done, which is hard.
Yeah, but I mean, when you guys play it live, like you definitely change it up, right? Like that's like the beauty of it, is that when you play songs live, you get to hear it. Sometimes it sounds straight off the album, or artists kind of re-envision their songs when they play them live. Is that something you guys will be willing to do or have done?
I mean, the way that we kind of reinvent them live, sometimes we'll be bringing them down to like acoustic songs, you know.
Yeah.
But like the big ones, we like to keep like kind of full production, because you know you get the whole vibe of it and the intensity of the song.
But yeah, it is important to kind of have something special for the audience. Like it's cool to kind of give them something that they haven't already like heard off the album or something.
You only get to experience in the live situation, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And so, what's one of your favorite songs off the new album, if you guys can tell us? I know the album hasn't yet dropped, but is there anything?
Yeah, we have different ones.
It's at the moment. I mean, we'll probably in like 2 months we'll probably have different favorite ones.
Start playing them live and stuff, we'll probably have a different favorite, you know.
That's
But
true.
mine at the moment is Conscious.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites as well. But I also love Freak of Nature, the song that we do that we wrote with Tove Lo.
Nice. I'm excited to hear that. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that working with Tove Lo? Was it nice? And
She's awesome. She's super talented. It's kind of annoying, but
And just super normal.
yeah. She's such a good vibe to have around, and she's become like a really good friend of ours, which is nice when you take the relationship beyond like making a song.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What can fans expect from this new album other than amazing songs and
I think just a development in musicianship. Production-wise, it's been a huge development, not only for myself, but for Joel Little as well, our producer, and for Georgia as well. I feel like Georgia has become more of... She's definitely a lot stronger singer on this album, and you'll hear her let rip a lot more rather than like keeping it airy and fairy.
I definitely tested my limits.
Yeah, nice.
We're finding that out now that we go into rehearsals. That's trying to
Just
sing
like,
them live.
That's
why did I make this song so high? It's cool though. I think it's got a lot more energy, and I think it's going to be playing these songs live is definitely going to be like a step up from the last album.
Oh yeah, and you're definitely going to challenge yourself in that aspect,
Totally.
right? Like making sure.
I think it's important too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So you guys hit like a lot of milestones in the last 3 years. You got a Grammy equivalent back home for Best New Artist, and you guys released 2 albums in the past 3 years. And so, like, how has that affected you guys as artists and as people? Has it been overwhelming, or is it just, completely a blessing? Of course, it's a blessing, but like, how does it feel?
It is definitely overwhelming, especially if you really like absorb it and register what's just happened. I think the most overwhelming thing was when we last year at the New Zealand Music Awards we got Best Album, and I think that was the one that we obviously wanted the most, but we just weren't expecting to actually get it.
Yeah.
Because there was so many good albums up last year, and that was definitely one of those like, I don't have no idea what's happening right now.
Right. Yeah.
But I think it's like not only been helpful developing our musicianship and songwriting or anything, but as people, you had to mature a lot.
Yeah,
in
that's
the last
true.
3 years.
Yeah,
Definitely.
That's cool though. And you guys also like were in school when you guys began and stuff like that. That must have been like a hassle, writing music, and then obviously you had to drop out, as I read. And like, was that like a big was that hard to like cope with, or like was it just like, I'm ready to just go full into
No, I
this?
kind of just stopped going and
Failed his last assignment.
I failed my last assignment just because I wasn't at uni, because we had to go to LA, sign a record deal, and
Right.
at that point I was kind of like, you know, uni
Yeah.
is always there.
That's true. Would you ever go back or?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, nice.
If this bombs. No.
That's true. That's true. Awesome. And what's your favorite lyric that you guys have written so far from both albums, I guess? Or maybe
Favorite
from the new one,
lyric?
actually.
That's a very hard question, especially for me because like there's a lot that mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
And but I think the main lyric, I think it's from the chorus of Freak of Nature, that lyric. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think the lyric for the chorus, I guess you'll hear it when when the album comes out. But for me, it just kind of completely encapsulates the way that I think about myself.
Right.
I guess, and the way that creative people usually work is, you know, a little bit like all over the place, and
Yeah.
it's, and like
but I think a lot of different people can relate
Yeah.
to that line as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
wait and see.
yeah,
Yeah.
I really hope that other people can find some comfort, I guess, in that song.
Yeah, for sure. So the album drops in less than a month. So we're so excited to see it, and we're excited to
Yeah.
see you guys on tour. And
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
No worries.
No
So,
problem. Thanks for sitting down with us.